What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Guys, today I'm talking about black YouTuber Kevin Samuels. Many of you knew that this would be coming today, and of course, the haters are back at it again. One is a nigga with an afro for a beard, and one chick has more wrinkles in her forehead than folded up curtains. But this is to be expected in what is known as Black YouTube, the land of no content, people with no character, and people a lot of times with no talent over here. And so what they do is they go out and they hate on people. Now, before I get started, Kevin Samuels as a content creator doesn't go after people, okay? He's a person that doesn't do the roasting thing. He's a person that doesn't go back and forth with beefs. He never, challenges any allegations thrown at him, which is different from how a lot of content creators come to fame. They do so by what I'm talking about other people, trashing other people, hating other people. That's not what Kevin Samuels has done. Kevin Samuels worked hard. He built up a platform and an idea. He came and showed up every day, which is something that struggle streamers can't do. And he wrote his own ticket. And so now, because he wrote his own ticket, people are going into his alleged past. One which includes supposedly an ex-wife and allegations about children that don't like him. Now, again, there's always her side of the story. There's Kevin's side of the story. And then there's what is the truth. And how do I know this? Because recently, last month, I had a YouTuber, and I was going back and forth with, that alleged many things about me. Many things, called me a wife beater. He called me all types of other names. But the truth was that those things were alleged, and they were all false. That was his side of the story, but it didn't make it true. But see, a lot of you niggas ran with that. Stupid. Right now, there are thousands of videos on YouTube about me going in sex trafficking, supposedly, and all these other things that have nothing to do with the truth. It's just defamation. But because people don't like me, because, well, let's stop the show. I'm talented. I'm smart. I'm funny. I'm hardworking. You stupid. And y'all are not. Then you want to go and start lying. Well, this is no different from what's going on with Kevin Samuels. Because he has built his platform and he has created a need for what he does. Let's trash the man. Let's go into his past and dig up his past. So let's do that. Let's say if allegedly you have something on Kevin Samuels where he was in jail or arrested, what does that have to do with today? Because we didn't meet Kevin Samuels 20 years ago. I met him 4 years ago. And even when I met him in 2017, what does that have to do with where he's at now? See, it don't got nothing to do with where he's at now. Because everybody in their past has some stuff about themselves they don't like. Since it's Black History Month, we can talk about some of your favorite leaders, and I'll use this out of David Carroll's playbook. Shout out to him. What are you going to do with Martin Luther King? If you want to go and dig something up in his past, you can. Everybody loves Martin Luther King, right? What are you going to do with Malcolm X? Malcolm X had questionable things going on in his life, but we revere him for not who he was at that time, but who he ended up becoming. Paul, the apostle to the Gentiles, but was one of the most proudest persecutors of Christians as a Pharisee, was there when they stoned Stephen. But we all look at Paul as the second greatest person in Christianity outside of Jesus Christ. And I'm not saying that Kevin is Malcolm X. I'm not saying Kevin is Paul or Martin Luther King. But what I am saying is, you can dig up people's past all you want. It doesn't indicate where they are today. I have things in my past, but what does that have to do with where I am right now? And to that point, it has nothing to do with where Kevin is right now. Kevin's content isn't about looking into people's past. Kevin is a consultant. Women who come onto his show ask his opinion, they get it, they leave. It's a part of the show. He's not forcing anybody. All right? It's content. The positions that he's making has nothing to do with him as a person. He could be the worst parent. He could be the worst husband. He could be the worst friend. It has nothing to do with his opinion on certain things as a content creator. And let's get into that, because that's the ad hominem argument. You know, you people are going to expose who he really is. You're not going to stop people from watching him. Because if that's the case, what about Jamal Bryant? Pastor John Gray? Dr. Umar Johnson? All of which have more of a horrendous past than you talking about Kevin Samuels has. But they still getting views. They still getting numbers. See, as long as Kevin continues to produce them numbers, that's all that matters. And see, you want to stop greatness or what he does every day because you can't do it. You can't stop it being a hater. Because let's just be honest. Let's say you're right about everything. People are going to look at you as a hater. And instead of worried about your own business and why folk won't watch you, you mad at somebody else. And this is exactly why people in the black community, a lot of times, when they get money and they get skill sets, they don't worry about coming back to Black America. Because it's about, oh, well, look what he did in 1986. Look what he did in 1996. But you living in 2021. Stupid. And what he was doing back then don't matter right now. What matters right now is he's on fire right now. And you can't stop it. You want to stop it, but there is nothing that you can do that can stop it. All that you can do is continue to be mad, sandaled up, pissed off, angry, depressed, deranged, and jealous. You know, as you've always been, dusty, untalented, miserable, broke, unable to make money, unable to make friends. And see, if you were actually more bigger on YouTube, we would care about maybe people will look at your past. But because you're such an untalented individual and nobody watches you, nobody even cares to know your past.
You stupid.
Because you're that irrelevant. Well, guys, it's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment pinned at the top. Check out the Black Men Are Perfect t-shirts. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.